Alright, so finally made it to Houston. I think I got 2 more of these videos and I'm done with the trip shit for a little bit. Well, I still got the videos when we went to like Georgia. I'll just talk about those like individual places. Houston, look, fucking from Florida, right? Texas people can't drive for shit. I'm sorry. You come here and you drive like complete jackasses. You drive on the fucking sidewalk and shit. Some of y'all are gonna get shot eventually because you're gonna do that shit on somebody walking on the sidewalk, and they're gonna say, "Fucking crazed fucking driver." There's people driving on the wrong side of the road on purpose and fucking hitting people and not giving shit. I don't know. Something about everybody who's out of state coming here going fucking nuts. It's really fucking weird. And even in Texas, like the driving was probably the worst thing about Texas is the driving. I don't give a fuck about the heat. I don't even give a shit about the city being like the traffic was pretty congested most of the time through the city, but it's just the lack of turn signals and people just driving erratically, like people are on fucking meth here or something. I don't know. It just seems like you think because you have a truck you can just do more like crazy behavior and shit. I don't know. It's really fucking weird in Texas, and it's the only thing I don't fucking like. I think all the buildings in the back were really fucking cool. Where's the building I zoom up in? That should be happening soon. Yeah, this one. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that building is, but I was like, that's probably the coolest fucking building I've seen in Texas. I don't know, something about like that old school, like when America was first forming and you still had some of that like European shit going on. And this, I like the green on top of like the baseball stadium. I think it's a baseball stadium, but like that copper green's pretty fucking cool. And then you have like modern buildings where it's just like square glass. But there's some cool old shit. That church was really cool. Yeah, actually, I think I zoomed in. Did I do no? Yes, no? Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was real nice too. Even in Tampa here, we have like an old, like medieval style church. There's always like one in every major fucking city. And they usually look pretty cool. And there's this more, I think that's the whole stadium on the right. Yeah, the stadium was fucking huge. So other than that, you know, Houston was pretty nice. We went to the place where, was it Selena's memorial is? It's by the water. I can't think of that fucking town at all. But that place was really nice. And I didn't take any video of it, which I wish I did. But the fucking this area of Houston with all the like the overpasses and shit reminds me of LA. And I was like, ugh. And if the traffic was congested but mostly flowing, but man, people, like if you give people a spot to jump in, somebody's gonna jump into it. It's like, and it's like, if I can get one car ahead of you, I'm gonna do it. It was real bizarre over there. It's almost like driving up north to like no one wants to let you in and shit. I don't know. The driving wasn't good. I only had to drive like halfway through Texas. I drove through a lot of like the fields and shit. Oh, we got some cool footage later of the fucking field. Check it out. Okay, so this is Corpus Christi. I never fucking remember that place. Corpus Christi. Fucking Corpus. I can't fucking talk right now. Corpus Christi. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I suck. But on the other side of this bridge was where like the Selena area was. I tried to get pictures of Selena, the statue and stuff, but there was this like, if you know your Latino women, even Mary, she got all sad and shit over there. They just love her and stuff. So it's like I didn't want to like film any of that shit because a lot of people were like in an emotional state. But on the other side of the bridge, there's like this cool little like it's like a beach town. Like that big building right there is the I think gift shop. We'll go down there in a little bit. But I thought it was really cool. Kind of old. There's old like what do you call them? Like a Grand Prix park where they have like miniature golf and go karts, but it was like long dead. But it like all the stuff is still there, like the track and shit. It was pretty cool. I think that's one of the gift places right there. I like all the hotels that are actually built to be on the water. Something you don't see a lot in Florida. People still living on the bottom floor and you live next to water. It's just a bad move. But I did like this area. The other side with the Selena had some kind of I think like science and industry kind of place where, you know, kids can go into, or something big over there. Mostly like boats, and like there was a boardwalk and stuff. You can go down there. There was a restaurant. I think we ate down there. It was all right. It was nothing to talk about. But it was just like, you know, they had like, you just walked down there and you saw a bunch of boats. There's like bars and small shops and stuff. But they're mostly like bars in some business area. So it was like kind of like weird. Like they're downtown area over there. But this is more like the go to the beach and, you know, chill, probably have some drinks. But the area overall was kind of nice. I think we stayed at one of the hotels. And it's the same hotel we keep fucking going to, and I never remember the fucking name. But it was real nice. It was super fucking nice. It was probably out of that chain. I'll find out what that chain was later. But it was probably the nicest hotel out of the chain, because we stayed probably about 20 different fucking hotels, but it's all the same, you know, chain. But this one was like super nice, and it was like cheaper than all the other ones too. It was really weird. Maybe it's because it's not like a off season down here, but it was. I think the hotel was really good. We went and ate at Whataburger or whatever that Texas hamburger. Let me tell you, that fucking thing was nothing but disappointment. The hamburger was cold. The cheese wasn't melted. Everyone I've ever eaten at was a disappointment. And they're huge places, and there's people eating that shit constantly. I'd rather go get a hamburger. If I'm going to go out and go to like a cheap hamburger place, I'm going to like Five Guys or something way better. But this was we went on the old Ghost here, the Blue Ghost, I think it's called. It's like a World War II aircraft carrier that the Japanese thought they sunk, but they didn't sink. So every time they saw it, they thought it was like a vengeful spirit ship or something like that. Because I think it's with like Shinto, they believe everything has a soul. So they actually believe this shit was like coming back from the dead and going after the Japanese. But you know, it was like back then, everyone believed in crazy shit. Still do, technically. I don't I have a question, because I don't know shit about ships. I like them, but I really don't. If you go back to where the anti-aircraft guns, the two sets of Bufors, there's all those weird barrel things. I'll fucking edit it in. Hold on. Okay, yeah, those things. What are those barrels? That's the only real question I have. But we went inside. I filmed the whole thing. I think the whole thing unedited is like a couple hours, because aircraft carriers are not friendly to tall people. It's just being on a ship. You need all that space. But man, when I was walking down, I'll do the video unedited, because people say there's ghosts and shit. So maybe we picked up some ghosts. I fucking doubt it. I didn't hear anything creepy down there. I remember, I think I filmed some long hallways, and I'm like, if I see something later on the film, because I didn't see anybody down there and shit. Also want one of these fucking sea mines in my front yard. I want one so bad. Yeah. But Super cramped. Really cool though. Well worth it. I ended up buying some stuff from the gift shop, but a really cool, piece of American history and all the seriousness. Very, very awesome. Yeah, so if you don't like closed and spaces, I'd say just don't do the little like underground tour. But you can take the elevator all the way up to the top and go to the top deck. Pretty cool overall. I think the bread and butter of the tour is that like going through the ship, seeing like the barber room, the dentist. Like there's a room for fucking everything, and they fit all that shit in these tiny ass rooms. And the engineering is genius and to be admired. But that's about it. I'll put out the video for the whole ship soon, and I won't talk over it and fucking ruin it. And if you see any ghosts, point it out. But I didn't see any like ghosts or anything like that. But let's move on. This will be for another video, and I'll just show a little bit of the top deck so you can see that you can access the top deck. Yeah, they had old and like newer planes. They had a couple of helicopters. I know they have the Cobra because I showed the Cobra. They had some World War II planes too. So it was like just, Navy, any kind of plane that's ever, or helicopter that's taken off like an aircraft carrier, it's almost going to be there. I don't think they had like everything. They were working on something else too. They just got some, they had a couple areas where they got like new planes in or something, and they were like working on them, and there was like something going on. I didn't want to like interrupt the people, but it was kind of cool. They were like adding new stuff constantly, but definitely worth it. I want these on my car. Oh, fucking rocket pod's so cool. Okay, this place right here was the best fucking taco place I've ever had. I've ever eaten at. I've ever been. We were in Texas for like 5 days. 2 days we ate here. The place was amazing. The food was great. They give you some kind of soup. And this place here, the bakery, Mexicans make this like weird bun thing. It looks like a giant like bun, but then they put like coloring on the top. It's like icing. It looks like it's gonna taste like a shitty sugar cookie, but it's like amazing. The fuck am I doing? I wanted to get the shot. Hold on. Yeah, this place, the taco place, was amazing. All the Mexicans I know in Florida, I asked them about this like taco. I wish I took pictures of the fucking food. They give you like a bun, and they cut the bun down the top like a hot dog bun, but it's not a hot dog bun. It's almost like a breakfast roll. I don't even know what the fuck to call it, but it looks like just like a roll or a bun. And they like toast it. They cut it down the middle, the top, and they put all this shit in it. And it was so fucking good. And we got a bunch of fucking snacks from that bakery. We took that shit and we bought like $50 worth of like crazy snacks and shit for her cousins here in Florida. And I fucking ate like some of them on the way home. They were so fucking good. And as long as you keep them like locked up, they stay great. But yeah, that's the best fucking place for tacos. I'll say hands down. They were better than the tacos any place here in Tampa, and better than the ones I had in Mexico. So my fiance's aunt and shit live out like in this area of Texas where there's like windmills and shit everywhere. It's so fucking windy. Like you're always getting sand in your damn eyes. You have to wear like glasses outside, but it's always windy. And my fiance is like, hey, let's go check out one of the windmills. We just kind of walk up. The real sound's going to turn on now. You hear that? could feel the wind coming off. Feel the wind coming off. Yeah, it's totally wild seeing these giant, I guess, windmills. I guess that's what wind turbines or whatever you call them, in person. We also went down to the museum in Houston. They had a bunch of Egyptian stuff. I think it was like one of the kings. I can't remember any of them. Good time. I liked the museum overall. I thought it was really nice. I had a fucking 103 fucking fever the whole time. It really sucked. But it was a lung infection I'm getting over. So I wasn't like contagious or anything. I just was fucking miserable. Mostly in pain because all like my back muscles were all pulled. But this was really I would say worth it. It was a little expensive getting into this place, but I guess this thing going on with the Egyptian stuff was really cool. See a couple real dead bodies and shit like that. They had like this huge ass gold room. This would be awesome in like a bathroom, right? Fucking somebody had to go and like carve all this shit. Imagine if you like fucked up. You had to start over. You'd probably get your hands cut off or something. But yeah, like all this stuff was like legit. The tombs and stuff. It was really cool. And then we paid like there was an extra fee to actually like see the casket. There was kids jumping around and shit, man. I'll tell you what, fucking parents need to reel their fucking kids in sometimes. But other than that, the place was really cool. Really loud because people were just yelling for no reason. Kind of weird. Like they've never been in a museum before. But I think the museum was overall really cool. The dinosaur port, I didn't film too much of it because it was so fucking dark down there. You couldn't see shit. The dinosaur area was really good. Let's see what else I have. So this was kind of like funny. The third floor was definitely paid for by oil companies. And, you know, I get it. But like it's the whole third floor is pretty much a interactive propaganda thing. This was really cool. This was like the coolest thing I saw up there. I guess maybe because it's Texas, right? Oil is kind of like a culture down there. It's weird. You know, I guess you'd say, what would Florida's equivalent be? Theme parks, maybe? Tourist beach? I don't know. But, like, okay, I get it. You know, they show you how they drill for oil. There's, like, a cheap, like, e-ride that you get in, and you get to go into the oil tanker tubes and shit. It's fucking ridiculous. But this little thing, it's all projections. There's like 50 fucking little projectors on the ceiling, and they're pushing this light down, and that's what all the cars and stuff, and it goes from day to night, and you'll see the night in a little bit, and you can see the shadow from the plane. I thought this was fucking amazing. I wanted to, like, in my head I was like, okay, we're just gonna drop pods fucking everywhere, and the clan invasion comes. I wanted to play Battletech so bad. I wanted to go down to the dinosaur section and just get a stuffed animal and just put it in the water area like he's coming on the land. In my opinion, missed opportunity. You could have made some like dinosaur or Godzilla, fucking anybody, come out of the water or something. It's real fucking cool though. Like you see the cars at night, and then it looks like their headlights are on and shit. It's really well done. I just like to want to see it taken further and more ridiculous. The miniaturization on this though was probably, in my opinion, my favorite thing at the park or at the museum. Just wanted to play fucking BattleTech or 40K. I think the scale is more BattleTech-y though. Or you play like Imperials or Epic. But it was well fucking designed. I thought it was really cool. That's the best use of fucking projectors I've ever fucking seen. The lighting effect is real solid. Those little fucking houses. You know you want to see tanks and shit start blowing the shit out. Like everybody else. Everybody else wants to see some disaster. Like Godzilla comes out, nukes. See that fire breath. You know you want it. This is where this level was like the where they had all the dioramas for like the animals. It's all like shit that's been collected. This looks like some old time trophy room. This was like the coolest room in the whole place. Like if I was a multi-millionaire and I was like, oh, I have the leisure time to hunt shit, like I would have a room like this. Look at all that fucking swords. This is like what probably like people think the average American's like bedroom looks like. There would be more guns, but you know, like this is all that we do is hunt and fucking do weird shit like this. But this room was fucking awesome. Every like cabinet that had like a knob, like just the shelf and shit, you can open that stuff up and there is tons of insects, all kinds of wild shit. Some of them would be like flowers. It'd probably take you a good like 40 minutes to go through like everything. This was like a vertebrae to like a whale or elephant or some kind of like mammal vertebrae. The spine, there's a fucking elephant foot. It's like what every 1950s great white hunter collector. The globe is fucking awesome. I don't know if that shit was like hand painted or drawn. But it looks fucking old and wild. I'm sure that's worth like fucking hundreds of thousands, if not millions. They had a cool exhibit with gemstones. Again, I have some video of it, but it was so dark the camera couldn't pick up on stuff. And I think they had like prices and names of things and like their value, and just like some of the gemstones, the way they looked, it was like wild. It's like you don't think nature can do some crazy shit, but when you look at all the like the gems and stuff, like, oh yeah, this is one of like the door, you can open them, and there was like tons of shit. Like everything's labeled. Like if you're into like shells or something, you'll find something cool. This room was awesome. The gem room was awesome. The Egyptian stuff was cool. There's one floor that was kind of goofy with all the oil stuff. It felt like it was a propaganda place. And I'm for oil. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a go green, save the planet person. Some shit's gonna burn. You know, you can't have something without having like waste. You know, nothing's 100% clean. Even the windmills, they have to get, you know, they just bury the fucking fins when they break and get old. You know, you can't do anything else with them. They like to just bury them. I think they're trying to make recyclable stuff now, but you know, be another like 30 years before you get shit right with anything. It always takes a long time. I don't know, I'm just fucking rambling on. But there was this tons of stuff like everywhere in this place. Fucking birds. Delicious. They look like perfectly preserved too. It's crazy. Yeah, this room was just awesome. I've never seen like any of this kind of shit like in any because I've been to the Bronx. Is is it Manhattan, whatever, in New York, the big museum. Been to that, and shit, I think this room was cooler than most of that. Look at that fucking sea turtle. I want that fucking mace. I want that axe. So they put all the cool shit out of your reach so you can't grab it. I think that's rude. It's like the deer look crazy. So on the other side of the room, you had all this like crazy life-size diorama stuff. You know, the lions, the animal. I think some of them were like pretty graphic. Not bad, but like cool. Because they're trying to like shove as much stuff in the space as you can. Like you would never see all these animals together, right? But when you go and you see it, and it's like, damn, what the hell's going on? There's like a bird nest over here with a whole bunch of babies and shit. I'm like, damn, you guys are in the middle of the worst fucking place, and there's a buffalo. What's going on? The alligator grabbed some fucking monkey. It was cool though. I really liked it. This area was the gemstone place, which was fucking amazing. Billions of dollars over there in fine geodes and shit. Fucking stuff naturally happening that was like blew my mind. I think on the little plates they tell you what it is, what kind of mineral, where it's from, and I think there was like a value to stuff. So you have like all this stuff like uncut, just found pieces. You know, someone dug this shit up, or there was some mine, this chunk came out like this. And then they had an area, I didn't film it. You could see that the lighting is so intense in this area that most of the shots don't really, like, you're missing colors that the camera doesn't pick up. It's really disappointing to see it on film compared to seeing it in person. But they had an area where they like, I guess people would get gems and shit and then chisel something cool out of it. And that stuff is like locked up between like two giant safe doors, and there's like security guys over there. I just didn't film because it was so bright and it was really packed, like arm to arm. And it kind of made me like just like you're close enough to people where you feel body heat. I don't like that shit. I had to break out of there. But really impressive, like craftsmanship. But I really liked the like seeing the stuff like just found in nature. It was really impressive, really cool, really wild. That like, you know, nature can do all this shit. This one was probably one of my favorite. Just imagine you find a rock with like gems popping out like that, like a fucking video game. Alright, so this is the end of whatever video, the Texas video. This is a picture from Mexico at the border, going into Mexico. That's going to be the next video coming. Should be really soon, hopefully. We just hit up the border town, and I'm going to show like inside of Mexico. I'm really wanting, I have to get my passport, because I didn't have one when I went over there, and they didn't like that. But that'll be for another story. I got back into the United States without a passport. It's fucking crazy. So that'll be for the Mexican story later. But this part will be coming soon. All right. So until next time, take care. Bye. See you later.